Yeah, you're awesome. Thank you so much. Double shifted on accident. I'm having to remember how to shift with this bike because it's not GP. It keeps fucking with me. Oh man. Sometimes it's nice to ride alone. Your headlight's out, dude. You kind of just get to ride with your thoughts. Or you guys get to ride with my thoughts. I always like to think that anytime I'm coming up through here and I've got the camera going, I'm talking to you guys, I'm not really alone. Which that sounds kind of lonely now that I think about it. But it's been really strange doing the YouTube stuff, and I try to post as updated content as possible, but I mean every once in a while I get caught behind or I put something out ahead of previously filmed footage and it kind of throws off the timeline, but I try and be current with you guys, so anytime you guys see a video, it's usually within that same week that I filmed it. But every once in a while I've got to film, or I have an idea where I film with intent to not post it immediately. And wow, there's a lot of leaves up here. So I have to talk to you guys in the present tense, even though I know when I post this it will be past tense. Or I'm sorry, it will have in the past. It's crazy. This is also one of my favorite roads. Wolfpin Gap is so much fun. It's gotten even better over the years. They paved it, I think, maybe 2 years ago, or last year, I want to say. And it's weathered in really, really, really well. Originally, it was kind of sketchy. There were certain corners that always had rocks in them, and it wasn't like one or two rocks. It was usually like a pile or just a collective debris of like sand and rocks. And they've since pretty much managed to fix all that stuff with repaving it. What's really scary up here though is that you've got corners like this, or that one's not even really that steep, but you'll have a 90-degree corner to the right or left and there's no guardrail, and it's just like a straight 200-foot fall. Be lucky if you catch a tree on the way down. I generally don't like riding this road by myself, even if I'm just up here riding with like just strangers. It's more comforting than riding it alone, because I mean, fuck, what, like a month ago I think, or two guys on the tail of the dragon that were riding together and hit each other and both got stranded, like something like 24 hours before someone managed to find them. And that was on the tail, place that gets frequented a lot. Like there's always people up there. So look at that. Fucking nuts. That's something you just have to like push out of your head every time you come up here, is that you know that if you fucking go off the edge, it's not just gonna be a little tiny drop. Look at that shit. Look. It's like standing on the edge of like a lighthouse and looking down. It just feels weird. I guess that would be vertigo, wouldn't it? I forget how nimble these bikes are. See, look at that. No guardrail. Straight 90-degree turn. Let me show you what's on the other edge. Fucking look at that shit, dude. You're dead. You're dead. You're so dead, dude. There's no, like, there's no stopping that. It's terrifying. But it's fun, all the same. That's one thing I haven't heard or done any research about is whether or not anyone's actually gone off up here. Because you hear it at the Tail of the Dragon all the time, but... La da 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 da. We're still, yep, still got a blinky light. Getting squirrely. Stay on your side of the fucking lane, asshole. Jeep. I'm trying to ride reserved. Some of these corners are tight. And like I said, no guardrails, so... Also still trying to get used to the body positioning on this bike. It feels good once you're like leaned in, like once you're down. But my legs are still up. Don't feel right. Hey look, another bike. Finally. Sup, brah? Yeah, if you guys don't have a chance to come up here when it's in the winter, I strongly suggest you guys start finding videos of it, because up here is gorgeous. Like right now, all the leaves have already fallen mostly, but there's different portions of the mountain range that are still like painted. It literally looks like a painting when you're standing off in some of the overlooks. But what's really cool is coming up here in like January, February, sometimes even March whenever it snows, and just the whole place is just solid white. It's super sketch. I've only been up here once when it was snowing. Obviously the roads are in variable conditions, but it's worth it. Don't come up here on a bike if it snowed. Come up in a car. Hey, lots of bikes. I guess TWO probably is open then, being that many bikes are coming through. TWO is like a cabin / campgrounds for motorcycles. It's called Two Wheels of Suchess. It's really cool what they've got going on, and I believe until like 1:30 or 2, maybe even 3, they serve lunch. I don't know if they serve breakfast. I know they do coffee, but they do breakfast and dinner. I watched a couple MotoGP races there before, which is pretty cool. Riding up to the mountains and watching a race and then riding home. I don't have a camping setup, but once I do get one, I'd like to come up here at least once. Some of the guys at Bedlam come up here at least every other weekend and come camp, whether they're at 2WO or they go up to like Wyabald Mountain or something like that, or Wyabald, I don't know. A lot of really cool places up here. Oh, that's fucking dope. Yeah. Holy shit, that was awesome. I want to be that old guy that has toys and actually plays with them. They don't just sit in a shop. Look at that. Just beautiful. Countryside in between rolling mountains. Rolling hills, I guess. They're not really big enough to be mountains, I don't think. Are you pulling over to let me go past? No, you're not. Okay, cool. Good talk.